My name is Aaron Wright. I'm 21 years old. I'm from San Diego, California. When I was 6 years old, my life changed. My dad got bacterial meningitis, which caused him to lose his hearing. And from that point, he was deprived of a lot of things that he took pride in, being a man and being able to work. He went on disability when I was 14, and that led him into addiction, alcohol addiction. And I had some resentments built up just based on the circumstances and the things we were going through. So at 14 years old, I began to experiment with smoking weed and drinking alcohol. It became something that I coped with, and as the difficulties of life increased and I went through different things, and I was an insecure individual, so I found a lot of comfort in drugs, and that became something that I was prone to idolizing in a way. It became an idol in my life, and as difficulties arose in my life, it became something I went to. That led me to continue to spiral into addiction, and when I was 19 years old, my dad passed from multiple myeloma cancer. And from that point on, it became something that was very debilitating to my life. It was something that I felt like I needed to do to get through the day, something that I found that would help my emotions and whatnot. And despite the things it was causing in my life, I was trading long-term prosperity or health for short-term relief. That was the only coping mechanism that I was willing to submit myself to. And by the grace of God, after going through a difficult detox, after one of my many relapses, I actually saw on the S2L Recovery YouTube page a video of a staff member here and his testimony, and he looked like me. There was a freedom about him. There was something about the way he spoke about God and the testimony that he had that pointed to the grace of God. And so I came to S2L Recovery. I decided to put myself in treatment for the second time. And this was my first faith-based recovery, and it was clear that the Spirit of God the presence of God was within this place. And throughout the program, went to both phases, did internship, and throughout that time, he didn't only redeem me and save me, he also gave me a purpose. And the pain of my past was no longer in vain. I was able to have the heart to serve men that deal with addiction because of my experience with myself and my father. Like, I was no longer aimless in life. There was a purpose to every day. And I just thank God for his redemptive power and his love and grace upon my life, and his goodness is evident in my life. As someone that's been to both a faith-based program and a secular 12-step program, I can tell you that a 12-step program focused on behavioral modifications, abstaining from the sin that is ruining your life. But a faith-based program focused on the grace of God, the freedom that is found in him, the power in which he can transform you. And that became a lot more appealing to me. I mean, it's evident that God's work in my life not only took those sinful desires away from me, but he also replaced my want for my will with his will. He began to make me hunger and thirst for his righteousness rather than my understanding of this life. In surrendering to him, he's shown me that he's nothing but faithful. I felt the pain of addiction. I've dealt with the shame. I've walked in the shame, and I've dealt with the consequences of it. I've had severe mental health problems that, thank God, he's redeemed me from. But I just want to say, do not stay in the pit. Do not continue to stay in that place of condemnation, because God says, therefore, all who are in Christ are a new creation. The old has passed away, the new has come. The Lord wants to transform your life. He wants to give you a new hope. He wants to give you a new heart. He wants to renew your mind. So whatever you're going through, however far you feel you've strayed from God, it's never far enough that he may not redeem you and bring you into a relationship with him.